Part of the entertainment we get in sports is debating about our favourite players and trying to decide who is better. Welcome to AFL Battles. In this series, we will go through a variety of matchups in each of the videos, and you can decide who your favourite is, who is better, or who had the best career. The players can be compared between any era and will be based upon the positions they played. Let's get into the first matchup. Kicking off with a battle between two of the best small forwards in history, Cyril Rioli versus Eddie Betts. These are two highlight machines, both with the ball in hand and up in the air. Rioli was the 12th pick in the 2007 draft and was good to go from day one. 25 games in year one with a goal return of 24 and 3.5 tackles a game. It was an instant impact he made on a Hawthorn team that got all the way to the grand final. As big underdogs, they shocked Geelong, with Rioli involved in one of the critical plays of the match.
Good man to give it to in this position, Jude. Kicks it long and hard, wanting the boundary line initially. And right, and Rioli brilliant here. Absolutely brilliant, Rioli.
He kicked 2 goals in the game and started off his career in the best possible way, becoming a premiership player. He would play in a further 4 grand finals, winning 3 in a row, and he was quiet in the 2012, 13 and 14 matches, but did explode in 2015 against West Coast, winning the Norm Smith medal. 18 touches, 12 marks, 2 goals and big impact. Rioli played 189 games, kicking 275 goals and being named All-Australian 3 times. He also took home Goal of the Year in 2009.
Dempsey, as far as the Bombers were concerned, after the initial effort from Hooker, but now they're in trouble. A hand pass from Slattery, or rather Hooley came unstuck. Rioli a little 1-2, and Bateman gets through and kicks a goal.
Talking about Goal of the Year, how about achieving it 4 times? It's exactly what Eddie Betts did. In comparison, Rioli has far more silverware in terms of premierships than Betts, but his longevity is outstanding. Betts was pick 3 in the 2004 pre-season draft, playing his first 9 years at the Blues, kicking 40 plus goals in 3 different seasons. But it's his time at Adelaide where he really took off as the premier small forward in the competition. All-Australian jackets in 2015, 16 and 17 came playing in a high-powered Crows forward line. His first 4 years at Adelaide led to 50 goal plus returns, and in 2016, including finals, he kicked 75 goals, which is a massive effort. In 2017, he played in a losing grand final, kicking a goal, and in the following years returned to Carlton to finish his career. In total, he played 350 games, kicking 640 goals, and was a 6-time club-leading goal kicker. Both provided spark to their teams and were great straight away. Who do you pick between Cyril Rioli and Eddie Betts? Staying in the forward line, and it's a matchup between 2 generations of big forwards. Wayne Carey dominated the 90s, while the recent retirement of Lance Franklin probably signals the last 1,000 goal kicker in the AFL. Carey was a true centre-half forward. In some people's minds, he is still the most influential player in the competition's history. He won his first best and fairest at just 21 years old in 1992, averaging 18.3 disposals and kicking 46 goals in 21 games. At 6'4", he had the power to shrug off opposition players, take pack marks, and could pick the ball up off the ground with ease. He was the focal point in a team that would play in 3 grand finals, losing 1998 but winning in 96 and 99. In 7 seasons between 1990 and 1999, he averaged at least 17 disposals per game, 7 marks, and kicked 60 goals. They are just huge numbers over a decade. It led to 7 All-Australian appearances, in which Carey was captain on 4 occasions. He won North Melbourne's goal kicking 5 times, claimed 4 best and fairest, and was named captain in the Kangaroos Team of the Century. To top it off, the 2 AFLPA MVP awards show how much the players respected him when he was at his peak. It's hard to pick the greatest of all time, but names including Lee Matthews and Mike Sheehan have labelled him the best. 272 games, 727 goals match a player with the nickname The King. A worthy competitor is Lance Franklin. From his third year onwards, Buddy was the number one forward in the competition for over a decade. He put up eerily similar numbers to Carey, but did it in a unique way. He wasn't a big pack mark or high leaper, but was hard to stop in the lead, and his huge left foot kick made him a threat 60 metres away from goal. He was big and strong, and the back-to-back goals against Essendon best highlights his speed at 6'6", which for any key back is near impossible to stop. He has 2 premierships himself and reached 6 grand finals in total. Like Carey, his impact led to deep runs in September. The longevity part is phenomenal as well. Franklin kicked 50 or more total goals in 13 seasons, and he put up the iconic 100 in 2008, being the last player to do so. He doesn't have a Brownlow, but did poll extremely well throughout his career, and surprisingly doesn't have an AFLPA MVP. But his 8 selections in the All-Australian team and 13-time club-leading goal-kicking seasons points towards his consistency as a key forward. His biggest accolade right now might be the 1,066 goals he kicked, which puts him 4th all-time in AFL history, but its significance will likely grow over time, as it's hard to see anyone else reaching 4-digit goals. In reality, you can't go wrong with either Carey or Franklin. They are 2 of the iconic forwards in history, with both having decade-long runs of dominance. They are both unique players who took over games with their skill sets, so good luck trying to pick between the 2. The last matchup features 2 of the midfield's biggest and strongest competitors. Recent times have been difficult for Nat Fyfe, but before his injury issues, he was a top player, and Patrick Cripps is finally getting to play finals games after struggling at the bottom for the majority of his career. This will be a close one. When he has been fit and firing, Fyfe has been as powerful an on-baller we have ever seen. Durability has been his biggest issue throughout his 15-year career, but in the 5 seasons he has played 20 games or more, his record is great. A Brownlow in a dominant 2015 season, followed by a Brownlow 4 years later, polling 33 votes, shows his peak performance is at the top level. During his best seasons, Fyfe had the stature to bully smaller opponents, but even with the added size on his frame, he still had the explosiveness on the ground and more importantly in the air. This enabled him to go forward at any point of the match and get an advantage. His 2 Brownlow seasons saw him average near a goal a game, and he didn't dip below 28.8 disposals. The players clearly respected Fyfe and his play too, as he was awarded back-to-back AFLPA MVPs in 2014 and 2015. His 3 All-Australians included 1 as captain, and the total equals the best and fairest he has at Freo. During a tough period for the club, Fyfe did captain them for 6 years. He last played a grand final in 2013, performing well, and the former Pick 20 will be hoping he can finally get healthy to try to get back to finals. Carlton captain Patrick Cripps is one of the best ball winners in the competition right now. Similar to Fyfe, his 195cm frame makes him near impossible to move and tackle. From his 2nd season onwards, he's averaged at least 23 disposals a game and 5.4 clearances. He's the definition of a beast. His 2022 Brownlow year was huge and was the first time he reached the 20-goal mark. 29 votes left him solely on top, and Charlie joined his medal cabinet along with his 2019 AFLPA MVP. In 10 seasons, he's polled over 20 votes 4 times, showing the impact he can have over a game's outcome. He was the face of the club in a similar way to Fyfe when the Blues were down, and did lead them well on the field. An iconic Cripps performance was back in 2019 against the Lions, when he kicked a bag of 4 and dragged them over the line by himself. 183 games for the Navy Blue and 3 All-Australians at 28 has Cripps set up with Carlton to try and win a flag leading into his 30s. They are 2 beasts in the midfield who win the contested ball at a higher rate than the majority. Power and strength are staples in their games, and both have been club captains. No premierships yet for either one, so it's hard to pick one over another. There are some matchups to think about. If you can pick who is better or who you like to watch more, feel free to leave it down below. Thanks for watching, and I'll be back soon.